Hi everybody, Levi Clay here, and today I'm bringing you another Rage Time video, and it's probably my most reluctant Rage video to date. And I know that may seem strange to you because I know you all think that I love doing these Rage videos, and part of me does. Like, obviously I do the guitar solos and I get raging about things, and I do have a lot of fun doing that. But it's getting to the point now where I fear that this is what my legacy will be. This is what people are going to remember me for. And I can't think of anything worse than that. I don't want to be the guy that goes out and spreads negativity into the world. Like, obviously, for those of you that know my history in music, I am huge on the educational side of things. That is where my passion is. I have 14 instructional DVDs on the market. I have 7 books. I've got a couple more books coming out in the next month. I've been writing for magazines for the best part of a decade, traveling around the world doing music journalism. Like, I am extremely passionate about the education side of music. So I hate the thought that this is what I'll be remembered for. But sometimes you just see someone telling lies and you just have to say something, because if you don't, everybody's going to sit and believe the shit that they're spewing. So today we are going to talk about Rob Chapman. Now, I have tried my hardest to avoid talking about my personal beef with Rob. Many of you know that it existed, that it happened, and it was a one-time thing that never went anywhere after then. Just sort of walked away from it. I worked with Rob on a project, did some transcriptions for him many years ago, and then there was a threat of legal action against me and a threat to name and shame me to his audience. Now, the reason I bring this up is Kalen Hughes, very small YouTuber, recently did a video where he exposed Rob. And you know what? Kalen is new to YouTube and he's asked me for some advice on things, and I've given him some pointers on how to improve his videos. He's done some great videos and he's done some sketchier moments in his videos, right? I don't think his expose on Rob was perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But who makes perfect videos, right? It definitely, a video like that, I think it's all about creating conversation. It's about getting you thinking about things, thinking about the things that Kalen says, and then going, either I agree with that or I don't agree with that. And the beauty of what Kalen did is he presented a lot of statistics and stuff. So an interesting watch. Some people will call it a bit distasteful, and cool, fair enough. I totally understand that. But the problem with it is there's definitely elements of that video that are 100% true, okay? And this really comes down to the claim that Kalen made that Rob Chapman uses, or has used, I should say, the threat of his significant audience in order to intimidate smaller channels or smaller people on the internet. And so Kalen posted an image where in 2014, August 18th, I believe, sometime around then, August 22nd, 2014, with the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. Now, Rob posted a status talking about him giving money to charity, blah, 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 blah. But the real point, the real issue that Kalen had with this was that in this post, Rob specifically said that I will not tolerate threats and I will pursue legal action for anyone that chooses to go that route with me. Cool, fair enough. I actually agree with you on that, Rob. If anyone threatens you, you should absolutely report that to the police. That's important. You never know. There are some crazy people out there. You never know what's going to happen. So if you have a genuine concerning threat of violence towards you, you should absolutely do something about that. So that's one thing. Saying that, cool. But you also said I'll name and shame you to my audience, which is, for everyone that says Kalen's video is in poor taste, I think that's in particular poor taste. But such is life. I'm sitting here making a Rage Time video, right? Right, so that's absolutely fine. That's what Rob did. Now, Rob has just recently posted his truth, and I love that, my truth. I personally don't believe in personal truths. I believe in the truth. There's no this man's truth and this man's truth. You have this man's opinion, this man's opinion, this man's perspective, this man's perspective. But in the middle, you remove those things, and what you have is the truth, okay? And in your response video, Rob, because I know you'll watch this, won't you? In your response video, you, aside from getting immediately emotional, I've taken time out of my family around Christmas to make this video. Mate, you didn't have to make the video, did you? You could have just let it go. I mean, we all know you couldn't let it go. You could have just let it go. You didn't have to do it. In that video, you talked about threats that you had received due to who you choose to donate your money to. Okay, fine. Now, I know full well that the person in the status that you talked about on Facebook was me. I know it, and you know it, and I'm going to prove it shortly. But when you made the video just recently, you didn't post any images of these threats, any evidence of these threats whatsoever. Later on in the video, you managed to post statistics of your YouTube channel, so you could get some screenshots of those, but you couldn't get evidence of these threats that you'd received. And you make them really emotional. Not only have you been threatened, oh, you were threatened to be stabbed.
And I ended up being physically threatened.
Someone even threatened to stab your dog.
And then my dog was threatened to be stabbed, and then I was threatened to be stabbed.
Okay, right, fine. You know what? I'm not going to say that that didn't happen, okay? I want to make that really clear. That could have happened. And if that happened, then I'm really sorry. I'm sorry that that happened to you. Nobody deserves to get threats like that. I've received similar threats myself, and no one deserves to get threats like that. But the problem is, when you posted that status, the day you posted that status, I had just recently posted this status on Facebook. Right, cool. So obviously I was talking about, I didn't name you, but I mentioned piggybacking the ALS Ice Back Challenge, and seriously, just go die. Because I don't like you. Simple as that. I think a lot of what you do is in poor taste, but that's fine. A lot of people think what I do is in poor taste. That's fine, right? As I said to you at the time, Rob, just fucking deal with it. Some people don't like you. That's okay. So I made that status. And the problem with this status is obviously many people knew who I was talking about. And the thing that really, I think, rubbed you up the wrong way is a lot of people that you respect posted and agreed with me. And a lot of people that people across the industry respect chimed in and agreed with me. And you didn't like that. So you sent me this message. Okay, now, while this message is on screen, I need you to pay particular attention to the date that this message was sent to me. You'll notice this was the exact same date that you posted the status telling people that you will pursue legal action and name and shame people that threaten you, okay? So let's not fucking pretend that when you made that status, it wasn't aimed specifically at me. And this is going back at 2014. I didn't have my own proper YouTube channel. I had an old channel which I wasn't really uploading any content to. I wasn't putting any effort into YouTube. So in the grand scheme of things, I was a tiny YouTuber, and your threat of naming and shaming me was something that you were trying to do in order to get me to remove the post. That's made very evident in your messages. You're giving me until 9 a.m. tomorrow to take action on the matter. Ridiculous. And in your own post, in your own message to me, you make it very clear that my defamation is suggesting that you are piggybacking the Ice Back Challenge. Okay. That's what it looks like to me. That's what it looks like to me. But even then, it's not a statement of defamation. The problem with being in the public eye, the public being a public persona, is that you don't have that same right to privacy that everyone else has, right? When you put yourself in the public eye, when you make a YouTube channel and you go out to millions of people, you have that channel, people will make comment on you, and that's expected. That just goes with the territory. You have to take the bad with the good. That's just how that fucking works. I do it all the time, right? And I know, honestly, Rob, I understand. It sucks, right? Sometimes I get some really fucking mean comments. I really do. And sometimes it gets me down. But you know what? I focus on the people that like what I do. I focus on the people that enjoy my content, the people that have bought all of my books, the people that buy my instructional videos, the people that have bought my music, right? These are the people that matter. The people that don't like you, in the grand scheme of things, they don't matter. So in your status, you make it clear about the defamation. You also make the claim of threats. And you even quote me, seriously, go die. And as I responded to you, go die is not a threat, and that's incredibly important to understand. Go die is a request. As simple as that. At no point did I ever insinuate that I was going to come and look for you or do anything to you or harm you in any way, shape or form. Because why would I do that? Why would I do that? That would be a ridiculous thing to do. I felt that what you did with the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge and then the Rob Chapman Shred Chain, I felt that was in very poor taste. And I would have preferred if you hadn't done that, but of course that's your right to do. You are allowed to do that. I would have just preferred that you had gone off and died somewhere, okay? And when I say it there, again, it's not a threat, is it? I would have preferred if you'd gone off and died somewhere. It's dramatic, sure. It was 5 fucking years ago. I was in my early 20s, right? I'm a little bit more eloquent now, only a little bit. It's not a threat, okay? So that status that you posted where you're talking about people threatening you, that was in reference to me. That was in reference to me. So please stop going around the internet looking for sympathy from people where you're telling people that you have been threatened and that's why you made threats of legal action and that's why you would make threats of naming and shaming people. Because while you may have been threatened to be stabbed, while you may have been threatened to have someone stab your dog, they certainly didn't happen on the day that you posted that status, because that was the day that you tried to intimidate me. That was the day that you tried to threaten me with legal action. That was the day that you tried to threaten to name and shame me to your audience. Please, Rob, name and shame me to your audience. I said this to you at the time. I don't care. I don't care. I would love it if there was a bunch of people out there that knew that I don't like you, right? This seems like some sort of WWE thing where I'm cutting a promo on you, right? It isn't that, but I just think you've done some things that are in poor taste, right? Outside of that, I have no personal beef with Rob Chapman. No personal beef with Rob Chapman. I don't even really know Rob Chapman, okay? I know a lot of people in the industry that like Rob, and I know a lot of people in the industry that really don't like Rob. That's absolutely fine. You can be a polarizing character. I've kind of made that my business, right? That's fine. Be a polarizing character. I take no issue with anything that's come after any of Caelan's other claims. I cannot authenticate all of his claims. I certainly know, and I won't name names, but I certainly know some of the luthiers that were involved with Chapman guitars, and I know a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, and I've been sent personal correspondence that happened between yourself and the luthiers, but that was given to me in confidence, so I'm not going to post that. I'm not going to tell people what was in that. I know a lot more to this story, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't care, right? That doesn't matter. All that mattered to me was that the first part of your video that you made, where you're really trying to play on people's emotions and point out that you've received threats. And that is why you posted your status. That is a fucking lie. You posted that status because you wanted to intimidate not just me, but all of the people that responded in the comments. My friends that you sent the same message to and intimidated them into removing their responses. And the funny thing is we all know how that story ended, didn't it, Rob? I'd said, awesome, see you in court, right? And you said, cool, I'll be in touch. And I've literally never heard from you ever again. And when enough people you respected told you were being a bloody moron in the comment section, eventually your response was to say that, thanks, I've learned a lot from this experience. Oh, but you haven't learned anything, have you, Rob? Because Caelan Hughes, a tiny YouTuber with literally a handful of subscribers, made a video about you, and you had to watch it, you had to comment on it, you had to get involved in that comment section, and then you had to make a video of your own defending yourself. People out there might think that what Caelan did is sad and pathetic. People out there might think that what I'm doing right here, right now is sad and pathetic too. I'm not going to argue with you. But anyone out there that doesn't think that you taking time out of Christmas with your family to make a response to an insignificant YouTuber to protect your ego is anything other than sad, they're almost as deluded as you are. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Not even going to do the credits scene because, again, this isn't what my channel is about. Just stop fucking lying. Just stop lying. Simple as that. Stop lying. Much fucking love. Guys, enjoy your new year. I will probably be doing a live stream over the next couple of days, doing some transcribing because, again, that's what I do. That's what I'm known for. Much love, and I will see you very shortly. Peace.